You wake up tomorrow morning, open your banking app, and see $1 billion. You think you're rich. You think you can buy island mansions, hypercars, and endless private jets. By noon, you realize something terrifying. You are accidentally destroying your own wealth. If you try to spend that money like a normal person, the government, the banks, and Wall Street will strip away $600 million of it in less than 30 days. I'm going to show you exactly how a real billionaire's life works, step by step, and the 5 financial rules they use that you can start using today, even if you're broke. Rule number 1 of being a billionaire. Billionaires do not have billions of dollars. Net worth is not cash in a bank. If Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk actually had $100 billion in a Chase checking account, 2 things would happen immediately. First, inflation would burn millions of dollars a day in purchasing power. Second, the moment they try to sell $10 billion in stock to cash out, the market panics. Stock prices crash, and their wealth instantly shrinks by half. Cash is liquidity. Liquidity is a trap. So how do they buy $100 million yachts without cash? They don't spend their money. They spend the bank's money. This brings us to the ultimate wealth trick used by the top 0.01%. Here's how it works. If you earn $10 million as salary, the IRS takes up to 37% in income tax. That's nearly $4 million gone before you touch it. So billionaires take $0 in salary. Instead, they keep all their money in assets like stocks, business equity, or real estate that grow in value. Then, they go to a private bank and say, I have $1 billion in assets. Lend me $20 million cash at 3% interest. They pay 0 income tax on that $20 million loan. Their assets grow at 8% per year, while their loan only costs them 3% interest. How you can use this. You don't need $1 billion to use asset-backed debt. Instead of spending cash on consumer buys, build equity in assets and use low-interest collateralized credit lines for major leverage. You thought waking up a billionaire meant ultimate freedom. In reality, your anonymity is gone forever. The moment your name hits a public Forbes list, you are no longer just a person. You are a target. Wealth creates attention. Attention creates risk. Billionaires spend between $1 million and $10 million a year purely on personal security detail, PSD, armored vehicles, sweepers for bugging devices, and cybersecurity teams. Every place you go must be pre-scouted. Every house you buy must be hidden behind an LLC or a blind trust so process servers and stalkers can't find your home address. The rich buy assets. The wealthy buy privacy. So how do you actually protect your billionaire self on day one? If someone slips on your driveway or sues your business, they don't sue you. Why? Because on paper, you own nothing. Real wealth operates through legal structures. Irrevocable trusts, owns the mansion and stock portfolio. Anonymous LLCs, Wyoming/Delaware, owns the cars and intellectual property. Family offices, manages the daily operations and legal defense. How you can use this. You can build asset protection right now. Never hold rental properties or risk-heavy side hustles under your personal name. Form a simple LLC. Get umbrella insurance. $1 million to $2 million coverage, costs under $300 per year. And isolate your personal life from liability. Now let's talk about what happens to your brain. When money is no longer an obstacle, a strange psychological phenomenon occurs. Dopamine burnout. When you can buy anything you want instantly, nothing feels special anymore. A $300,000 Ferrari gives you the exact same 10-minute dopamine rush that a $30 video game gave you when you were 15. This is why billionaires rapidly shift from buying things to buying time and impact. They buy private jets not to show off, but to save 4 hours of airport security so they can work or be with family. They buy sports teams, fund space companies, or build charitable foundations because consumer goods become completely meaningless. What does your day actually look like when you wake up as a billionaire? You aren't sleeping in until noon or lounging on a beach every day. If you do that, your empire crumbles in 3 years. Here's how a billionaire's calendar is designed. 7 a.m. Health and mental optimization, personal trainer, biohacking, red light therapy. 9 a.m. Capital allocation, deciding where millions flow, not answering emails. 11 a.m. High stakes, leveraged decisions, making 2 to 3 decisions that alter company valuations by tens of millions. 2 p.m. Family office strategy, tax mitigation, estate planning, trust structuring. Every single task that costs less than $1,000 per hour is completely outsourced. Housekeeping, cooking, driving, scheduling, research. You don't manage $1 billion alone. You manage the team that manages the $1 billion. Enter the family office. A family office is a dedicated private company created solely to manage one family's life and finances. The 4 pillars of a family office: Chief Investment Officer, CIO, multi-asset growth strategies, tax lawyers and CPAs, aggressive legal tax avoidance, estate and trust officers, multi-generational wealth preservation, concierge staff, private aviation, travel, personal security. Let's look at what happens if you wake up with wealth and don't know these fundamental rules. History shows that 70% of wealthy families lose their fortune by the 2nd generation, and 90% lose it by the 3rd generation. Why? Because they treat wealth as a bucket of water to drink from, instead of a well that pumps water continuously. If you have $100,000 today and keep it in a standard savings account, losing 3% to inflation every year, in 30 years, your $100,000 only buys $41,000 worth of real goods. Now flip that. If you invest that same $100,000 into cash-flowing, inflation-protected assets compounding at 10%, $100,000 to $41,000. Real value lost. This is the secret difference. You don't need to wake up as a billionaire to build billionaire mechanics into your financial life. You just need to stop playing defensive and start building leveraged assets.